Hey all, and welcome to a new HellfireComms Patreon Quick Look. Today we're going to be taking a look at the sequel to Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor. This is Middle-earth Shadow of War. This Quick Look was commissioned by Lokivex. Thank you very much for your continued support. Richie is with me for this one, because he's as big a Lord of the Rings buff as I am, but I never played the first game, so don't expect any callback references or jokes. Let's just get on with it.
Yeah, and I have to, I'm not going to be able to help you out at all in terms of dealing with things, because I have no idea what's going on with this either. All I know is that it's part of the Tolkien Legendarium, and that's about your lot.
I'm assuming Blade of Galadriel is like a DLC or something?
Well, yes, because if you look at Blade of Galadriel just there, it said purchase.
Very well noticed there. Yeah, we'll play on normal. I'm assuming it's going to give us a tutorial and whatnot, and
I'd hope so.
Let's get this out of the way. We were instructed to just focus on the game, but yes, this game did have a loot box problem, but
yes, and just to kind of clarify, obviously the big thing that's been attached to it is the whole loot box issue, because it came out at a time when they were becoming kind of a bit of a very major sticking point. And from what I can tell, they're not a huge issue until you get towards kind of like the last act of the game, which is where they sort of become more of a noticeable problem to most people. But obviously there is a game under that, and you can blame Warner Bros. For the delightful microtransactions rather than the developers, which is Monolith Productions. So we'll try and focus on the game, but obviously we are aware that that is the sort of general perception of the game, and that that is what most people think of, but we're going to try and focus on the game today.
oh no, we've gone where EA sends all their dead franchises and development studios.
Same place as Warner Bros. Sent everything as well, because obviously this was Warner Bros. Interactive Entertainment that published it. And if I recall correctly, I can't remember whether it was Shadow of War or Shadow of Mordor, where Warner Bros. Got themselves in hot water with people, like they got YouTubers to give them like positive video footage advertisement, but nobody said that they were paid advertisements, basically, and they got into a whole heap of trouble over that.
Yeah.
Can't remember which one of the two it was. You know, it was one of them, because that was a big thing back in the day. Basically, Warner Brothers are awful.
I'm not entirely sure if this is the same character from the first game, if they're connected at all. That's good then. I don't recall Barad-dûr looking like that, but artistic embellishments for a video game. You know, do you have any video game history with Lord of the Rings, mate?
Surprisingly enough, I do. I mean, it's only one game, and I'm gonna have to try and find the name of the bloody thing. But it was, I think it was based off it might have been like Return of the... No, it wasn't Return of the King. It was like a sort of RPG-y type one that kind of went through the story of basically all of the Lord of the Rings story. I can't remember what the hell it was called, but it was certainly quite fun. I have also played, I can't remember whether I played the original Battle for Middle-earth, but I've definitely played, I think I have played the original Battle for Middle-earth and Battle for Middle-earth 2, The Rise of the Witch King, which are both very fun. And I think, let's see if it's, no, it's not that one. It might have been, yes, that was it, Lord of the Rings The Third Age, which was a turn-based tactics version of, well, it was a sort of role-playing game, RPG type, that was very in the vein of Final Fantasy X, but told the story of Lord of the Rings, and that was quite cool.
Cool. As for me, I was more down clown with The Two Towers and Return of the King, which was like a third-person action game, and it had co-op and like tons of playable characters, and you could like level up your characters and so on. Really fun games on the PS2, Xbox, I believe, and GameCube.
So I mean, I have to say, the Lord of the Rings franchise has had a pretty decent run in terms of video games.
Yeah, I'd say so, yeah.
Like, they've done a pretty good job. I think part of what helps with that is that the Lord of the Rings is just such a kind of brilliant franchise. Like, Tolkien's original books are phenomenal, Obviously, you then had Peter Jackson's film adaptations, which were also excellent. Hobbit less so, but the original Lord of the Rings were brilliantly done, and that's I think sort of helped cement the series in modern day pop culture anyway.
Yeah. I feel like I should be asking how the hell this ranger got into Mount Doom without Sauron tearing him a new one, but I feel that would be counterintuitive given that I haven't played the first game and it probably explains it all there.
Yeah, so I mean, so basically, the whole point of this is, so Shadow of War continues the narrative from Shadow of Mordor, following Talion, who is infused with the spirit of the elf lord Celebrimbor.
Ah.
The two of them travelled to Mount Doom to forge a new ring of power free of Sauron's corruption. The idea being to obviously have the ability to control all the rings, but it's not kind of got the whole evil connected to it of the actual ring.
Oh yeah.
Once it's complete, however, Celebrimbor is, I don't know whether it's already happened or not, but basically Celebrimbor is abducted. Oh, he has been, good. He's been abducted and is being held hostage by Shelob, the spider, who in this game actually isn't a spider but a sexy woman, because, of course.
Yeah. Let's see.
These orcs are preparing for war. Haven't had a decent.
I like how he just said these orcs are preparing for war. A shadow of war, perhaps.
By Monolith Entertainment
Productions.
Thank you. I'm sorry, the only Monolith that sticks in my mind is the guys who make Xenoblade. Yeah.
Yeah. Are they? I think they're Monolith Soft.
Yeah, Monolith Soft. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm assuming he can't see me from over there, otherwise I would have already attracted attention. Prah!
Are you having fun being a stealthy stealth person?
I'm not actually that good at stealth, but when I'm able to pull it off, I'm having a rollicking good time.
Well, that is definitely good.
Yeah, stealth is over. It's overplayed. Pull up. Oh, he saw me. His mate saw me.
Of course he saw you. I mean, he'd be blind not to.
Go on, get up. Get your ass up.
Well, you're giving him a little bit too much of a spanking there, Tom.
You know, that's just how the Anton do.
We must defeat her.
I'll find Celebrimbor in my own time. I'm having too much fun stealth killing these guys.
Celebrimbor, Tom.
Whatever. Celebrate good times. Come on.
So yes, obviously one of the big thing of the Shadow of series, because I'm assuming sort of the kind of going with the whole series thing, is that the game has this thing called the Nemesis system.
Right.
Where basically the orcs that you come up against are sort of procedurally generated, and what ends up happening is that as you kind of battle against them, they change as you go along, and like they'll become like your rivals, and they'll retain the memories of the last time you fought them. And I mean, certainly when the original game came out, everyone was just like, "Oh my god, this is amazing!" And I think, from what I can gather, they did improve it in this game. It's just that there are some strange choices that were made that sort of slightly hampered the idea of the Nemesis system. But as I've said, a lot of my perceptions of Shadow of War come from like off the cuff, hearing things on the internet, not necessarily paying a huge amount of attention because I wasn't entirely that interested in playing the game. Largely because at the time I don't know whether I've had a PS4 for a while. But I think because I hadn't played the first one, I was just like, yeah, I'm not really that fussed. And the whole microtransactions and loot boxes debacle did kind of turn me off from looking at the game.
Okay. Haha! Who the fuck needs stealth? Not me.
Well, I mean, that's sometimes half the fun. Like, just going and murdering orcs. It's delightful.
This feels a little bit like the combat in Arkham Asylum, with the way you can just interact or interrupt like an enemy's attack midway through.
Yeah, it does look very Arkham-y. And, I mean, that makes sense, because obviously, I believe Warner Brothers published well, it would be them, published the Arkham games. Pretty much after Arkham Asylum came out, a lot of these third-person Western action titles very much took the Arkham style of combat and have basically stuck with it, for better or worse.
Mm-hmm. There you go, it's teaching me as I play, like any good game should. Ooh. Oh no. Oh. Yeah! Jesus.
Well, at least you can murder the spiders.
Oh, thank God. Like, I don't recall seeing any of Shelob's babies in the movie. I don't even recall them being mentioned in the book.
I really can't remember. It's been a very long time since I've read the Lord of the Rings books. And a longer time still since I last watched the Lord of the Rings films.
Sacrilege.
I know, it's really bad, but they're really long.
Yeah, well, maybe, should we ever reach the monolithic peak that is the highest goal on our Patreon, and we cover the Harry Potter films, we can replace that goal with the Lord of the Rings movie commentaries.
That is very true, and obviously because we're crazy people, it would have to be the extended editions if we can get a hold of them.
Oh yeah. Oh, Shelob. Stop hiding, come out here so I can stab you in the gob.
Well, yeah, but, you know, that's not gonna happen.
Ah! I don't like this, Richie.
It's Shelob. This is perfectly normal for Shelob. This, however, is not perfectly normal for Shelob.
Hmm. Yeah, taking some liberties here, I think.
Have to say, when I saw this, I was just like, really? You really went here?
Ah, no! Talion, walk away! Alright, you won for now, Shelob, I'll listen to you. I'll just imagine if this is just a guise, and it's just a spider doing this.
I know. The thing is that part of me wishes that they'd just left her as the spider, because that's the whole thing of Shelob. She's terrifying because she's a spider.
Yeah, didn't her, like, mum, Ungoliant, like, eat the trees of life or some shit?
No idea, because I'm not that clued up on Tolkien's Legendarium, which... And just to make clear, so the Legendarium is the term for the entirety of Tolkien's background writings for the Lord of the Rings.
Right.
So that deals with things like the Book of Lost Tales, Silmarillion.
I've always wanted to read that.
I wouldn't give it up to you.
From what I can gather, don't read the Silmarillion, it's not worth it.
Oh, I've heard otherwise, mate.
Well, I think there's a lot of interesting information in there, but I think it's a bit of a difficult read.
Am I giving up, like, all my Metroid powers at the start of the game just to, like, nerf me so I have to learn them again?
Think you might be. I mean, that's certainly, obviously, one way to do it. It's better than the Metroid method of just going, oh, crap, I tripped.
Oh, no, I was dead all along. Ah, you tricked me.
I'm impressed, Red. It must mean something to you.
Oh, this supposedly fits on my fingers despite being a spider in real life.
Before he dies.
Well, yes, but you see, here's the thing. She's a spider in real life, so with this mysterious, sexy woman form that she has taken on, she can make her finger any size she likes, so it can just fit.
I guess.
Power was vast before, and now you have given her mine.
Well, you know what? I'll leave you there next time if you're just gonna bitch about it.
I know.
Yeah, come on, fuse with me again. Come on, I'm gonna die. There we go.
Yes. So I should probably oh, it's not Celebrimbor, it's Celebrimbor.
There you go.
His name means Silver Fist or Hand of Silver in Sindarin. And basically he's a smith manipulated by Sauron into forging the Rings of Power.
Oh yeah, he was the one who taught Sauron, right?
I don't know if they necessarily taught him, but he is definitely the one who ended up making the rings.
Yeah, silly talk.
Sauron will not stop until all of Middle-earth is dominated.
I don't like being hugged by spiders, no matter how sexy they are.
I know, it's very unnerving. Very unnerving.
At what point in, like, the timeline does this take place, exactly?
So apparently it's between the events of The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I guess it would have to be. There's, like, no other point.
Well, yeah, because obviously you've effectively... Well, it cannot be before The Lord of the Rings because Sauron's still about. So that gives you a sort of... It's before then.
Tall bushes hide you from orcs unless they see you enter. Oi, mate, I think that guy's in a bush! Oh, sorry, that just tickled me. Go on.
So, I suppose the main thing would be you'd have to look towards Shadow of Mordor in terms of dealing with the sort of your starting point. Because, I mean, it says that, yeah, it's set in the 60-year gap between the two games, and so Talion is a Ranger of Gondor, and he is his family is responsible for guarding the Black Gate of Mordor, and he was killed by the armies of Sauron, but was revived with wraith-like abilities for some bizarre reason, and then obviously headed in to exact his revenge.
Right. This was probably all sounding like the opening cutscenes, but I was listening to Richie's sweet, dulcet tones, so... This is cool. We didn't actually get to see much of Minas Ithil in the movies, and it was a lot more black looking then, so...
Like, really in the films, you're pretty much like Minas Tirith and Helm's Deep are your two kind of big city areas that you really got to look at. Obviously, Rohan.
Love Rohan.
Rohan's awesome.
What do you think of, like, the Two Towers in comparison to Fellowship of the Ring and Return of the King? Because it's the awkward middle child, really.
Yeah, I mean... I think pretty much the entire trilogy is pretty excellent, and I think you'd be hard pressed to say otherwise. I mean, the thing that Two Towers really has going for it, because I'm pretty sure is Two Towers Helm's Deep.
Two Towers is Helm's Deep, yeah.
Yes, so it has that, and I would say Helm's Deep is arguably one of the most impressive kind of large-scale fight sequences ever put to film. Because it's just really well put together. I mean, if you, I think it's... Oh god, what's it called? If you watch Cinefix, I think it is, it's a channel on YouTube, they do a really awesome kind of series of looking at how, like, do frame by frame, and well, that might be on Game Film Theory, I'm not sure, it's one of the two, and they go like shot by shot in terms of how like a scene works and how it's kind of pulled together, and Helm's Deep is just a masterful piece of action filmmaking. Remember, you can hide in the bush as long as, you know, the orc doesn't see you going into it.
Come on, Richard, I'm trying to do a quick look over it.
Well, you see, I'm just dispensing the same helpful tips that the loading screen did as well.
Thank you. So we interrogated a worm, and, you know, he gave us the location of a captain, so, providing we don't get ratted out by all the rats around here, we should be able to, you know, find a little something.
Well, yeah, and I think that'll hopefully end well for us.
That felt a bit too fast animation-wise, but I'm not going to complain. Alright, I wonder if I could get up high. Let's see if I can get up high without being spotted. I think he is looking directly in this direction, but I'm in a bush, so I'm alright.
I would say he was looking the other way, but obviously I'm running on a slight delay, because obviously screen share.
Mm-hmm. It's cool, don't worry about it. This motherfucker.
I know, well he's definitely looking away from you right now.
It's cool, I walked to him. Thank you, Warner Brothers, thank you.
That guy in the distance, though, is definitely looking at you. He's just blind. As is he.
There you go. Why would I want to read the entry on a rat? It's a rat.
Well, you see, no, this is where my slightly crazy OCD factor of liking to look at everything when I'm doing a playthrough would come in, of just going, you know what, we're going to look at all of the entries, including the ones on the rat. Although, to be fair, I'm probably not that crazy.
I would have not have thought I would have been able to make that jump, honestly.
No, I mean, I'm kind of watching this and thinking, I don't know whether the way that they set up the like the platforming and moving about side of things, it doesn't necessarily look like it should work sometimes.
How did I do that? I don't know. Let's see. Who else should I interrogate here? This guy. Frack the Gentle. Yes. Somehow. Oh, look at his little face.
Oh, he's adorable.
You can't change your target while on this mission. Well, whatever. Your intel is useless to me. Be gone. And now I'm on the ground. It's just all fun and larks here in Minisifal.
See, that's what you get when you have wraith abilities, to just be able to cause chaos.
There we go. Alright, let's not waste any more time. We have a target to get.
Yes, we've got typical waypoint in a large world.
Let's have a bit of a kerfuffle, a bit of a scrumble.
A bit of a brawl.
Yeah.
Bit of a melee.
A bit of a kerfuffle.
Yeah. You know, I'm still partially disappointed that they didn't call Smash 4 Super Smash Brothers Kerfuffle.
Hold L2 to aim the bow. Charge a shot for massive damage. Is that L2 or R2? I cannot tell.
I can't tell from here. Like, it's tiny. So which way round is it?
It's cool, man. I got it. There you go. Focus recharges over time. I got it.
Hey!
I got Arkham Asylum powers. You cannot defeat me.
And it very much is Arkham Asylum powers, because you've got the combo counter as well.
I was in stealth mode for no reason though. But he's definitely dead. Cool. I can do ground execution powers. That was a very low poly looking leaf there, but I'm not here to investigate the foliage. I need to find the captain.
Yes. Now, I mean, I have to say this game does look quite nice. I mean, how's it looking on your actual looking at a decent screen end?
I like the art style, I have to say. I'm kind of snobbish. I don't really play realistic, quote-unquote, looking games like this all that much, like Assassin's Creed, etc. But this, I think, is the right blend.
Uh-huh.
Leaving mission area. Okay, well. You want me to do something here? Sorry, I was completely not paying attention there. That's all on me. There we go. Investigate clue.
Oh.
What am I doing here?
You're moving things to bring the trail into focus. So you've got to make it so that they're footprints rather than a... There you go.
Ah, nice. Follow the line, Talion. You can't fail. At least I've got a bow now, so I don't always have to get up close and personal, like this fucker here.
Yes, murderize them.
Is he dead? I can't really tell, and I completely missed with that one. So, Shalimbo! What? You know, Aragorn had his shout of Elendil. I have mispronouncing his name.
That's totally fair.
Execute on the ground. It's all the rage.
Well, of course, because you just got to kill things in the most brutal of fashions. Otherwise, it's just not right.
I keep getting it mixed up whether they're like dizzy or just dead. Just plain dead. Ooh, a boost of elven speed. That's a bit too fast for me. A bit too Sonic-like for me, but I'll live.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's just like we're playing Sonic and the Black Knight.
I wish Sonic and the Black Knight was as good.
I mean, I would say... Well, I mean, I've never played the game, so I can't comment, but... Sonic and the Black Knight is fun, and you know it.
I guess. He's there. Krook the Warbringer becomes dazed after stealth attacks. Alright, I'll have to keep that in mind.
Yeah, you'll have to go all Assassin's Creed on him.
I'll try my best, mate. There's a guy there. Thankfully there's a bush here. Huh. Alright, maybe he's not my concern.
And I have to say, it's going to be intriguing to see how you do against Krook the Warbringer. Because from the looks of things, if my eyes are not lying to me, he's around level 6.
What level am I? Level 1? Oh, jeez.
So that suggests that you may have a bit of a challenging time against him. However, that said, from what I can tell, I think it was Deimos in the HFC Patreon Discord was saying that actually dying a lot of times to the orcs can also be helpful to you.
Right.
Because they start to get terrified of you because you keep coming back to life, because you've got obviously Celebrimbor's ghost wraith powers.
Right.
And so they get terrified that you keep reviving.
That's hilarious.
Obviously you can also, I think, terrify them by just beating their ass. And that obviously freaks them out. And yeah, just generally, I think that whole idea of the Nemesis system is really cool. Because then the enemies that you're facing up against grow with you.
Yeah. There you go. I do like how you can break into a sprint while in stealth mode. That's pretty helpful. Hello. That's right. I just blew his head the hell up. What the hell?
I think because you weren't in stealth mode anymore and other people were coming to attack you, you couldn't go kind of full the wraith, get information out of him.
I got you. Actually took damage for a change. That's new.
Well, I suspect that as soon as you get into the fight with Krook the Warbringer, you're gonna probably see a little bit more of that damage taking place.
No worries. There you go. I just like doing this. If he's got no information, he's worthless to me, so...
It's very true.
Alright, let's get up on the roofs. There you go. It's a very fluid system, just like moving about the environment. I will give it the... Right up here. Hopefully no one can see me. If they do, I'll just blow their heads up. There you go. Right, stealth mode, stealth mode. He's right over here. And he becomes dizzy from...
Stealth attacks.
There you go. Booyah!
I've heard stories about you and your wraith. Stories about how you can't die.
I'll have to kill you over and over and then get steadily more scared and scared of you. Right, I'm not sure if that dazed him or not, honestly.
Well, I'd say just go at him.
Oh, here we go. Yes, have at it, lad.
Yeah, he totally gonna die.
Well, I'm not here for him, so it's all good.
Yeah, no, you're here for the orc. That's the important bit.
Ah! No, I wanted to enslave him and make him my own. Nope, can't do that yet.
No, part of me wonders whether you've got to kind of beat them down, like... Oh, no, you properly killed him and sent him flying as well. That must be very embarrassing for him.
Oh, hello. I have gear here.
Yes, take it! Take it!
Alright, press up to view the inventory. What have I got here? Equip gear to increase your power, blah 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 blah. Victories against more powerful captains result in higher quality gear. Urfail. There you go. It's a Rohirrim sword.
Ooh.
Oh, look at his face.
It's just so cute.
Well, score 1 for Talion and his elf stand.
Why are you out here alone?
My raiding party was trapped in the lower city overnight.
They're all dead.
You were there.
They're all gone.
Not enough.
Thought that was a lad at first. I do apologise. It was the heat of battle. We all misgender from time to time.
Well, of course, and also, I mean,
The middle city ranger.
it's the heat of battle. I can hardly see anything, and from the way that they are dressed, because I'm assuming it is definitely a woman, she could either be a woman or just a very young-ish, effeminate man. It's quite possible to be either.
Yeah, anyone can be anything in Middle-earth.
Exactly. And I mean, it's nice that they have actually introduced a female character that's not sexy dressed like Shelob quite early on.
Ah, you're one of those, are you, Richie?
Well, it's not that. It's just that it's quite nice to have a female character who isn't, well, who is just a regular person.
Okay, let's leave it there then.
Yes.
Ah, I've got elvish speed, do you? The answer is no. They have no comeback to that. Right, clear the area. Oh, there's so much choice.
I know, let's just murder everyone.
Ah! Nope. I went for the head exploding. I got too greedy.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't try and do head explosions whilst, you know, you're in the middle of combat.
And in
Doesn't
the middle
seem
of
like
flames.
the smartest idea. Also, I have to say, part of me feels that really they should have changed the name of the first game from Shadow of Mordor to Shadow of Murder, because basically that's what you're doing.
There you go. So does my health just refill after a battle when I'm in the safe zone? I'm not entirely sure.
I mean, we will find out soon, I think.
This pot is invincible. I think it was crafted by Sauron himself.
It must have been.
I'm coming here, Drill, don't you worry.
Doesn't look like it is refilling at present, but then I could be blind.
Alright, I'm following. Keep your hair on. God, there's like so much going on here. I actually got overwhelmed for a second.
I mean, you see, they're really taking the power of these next generation consoles, just trying to shove as many enemies on there as possible. It's quite nice.
I wonder if there's a PC version and if it runs any better. It probably does.
There is, and it does. I mean, I believe that before we actually started this, because you were wanting to double check if it was 30 FPS or not, the PC version can do 60 FPS with VSync. So I don't know whether there's some like frame tearing that might be occurring during this, or it might be the Xbox One version. Not sure, but yeah, you can do the on the PC version. You can put all sorts of stuff on it, and it'll still run great.
Screen tearing, you mean?
Screen tearing, yes, that's it.
Oh, I love the design of the city. It's pretty nice.
Oh hell yeah!
Now let's bring out my magical elven bow. Yeah, that's right. I see you over there, archers.
Join us! The gate is closing!
I'm over here. Where's some people to kill? Right here. Fine, I ain't got time for having fun. I just gotta follow her.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we need to get to, I think it's the Palantir?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's just run, run, run. And then murder some orcs.
Keep trying to be too fancy with my combos, so if it seems like I'm being a bit clunky, that's probably why.
Probably, but also, I mean, from the looks of things, the kind of depth of combos doesn't seem to be quite that immense. It just seems like a sort of basic combo situation.
Well, right now, anyway. How did I miss him? There you go. Elf shot needed, what the hell? I'm here. What do you need? There you go. Just a world trigger, I guess.
Must be. It was probably waiting for someone to die.
There you go. Enjoy the fire.
Woohoo! That's brutal.
The rats are coming to help the Gondorians. Alright. We'll play up to the end of this, and I think that'll do it for the quick look.
I think so.
So just before we come to the end of this, what's your opinion on the Hobbit movies, mate? We mentioned it in passing.
Yeah.
In, I believe, God of War 2. Nice save, by the way. Potential love interest, but I want your full opinion.
They're all right. I mean, I would say that completely overly bloated. They did not need to be 3 films, they needed to be 2 at most, because while The Hobbit's very short, it is quite dense, so I can totally see splitting it into 2 films.
Yeah.
But they did not need to put it into 3 and shove all the extra crap into there, because it's just not needed. And it was, yeah, they weren't the best films in the world, and the quality of the filmmaking was a lot lower than the original Lord of the Rings films. I mean, I will always return to the river barrel sequence.
Oh yeah, filled with the GoPro and whatnot.
With the GoPro, where it's like so obviously a GoPro type situation. You're just like, you're making me feel sick with this awful, awful camera in this already quite hectic sequence. Don't do that. So yeah, I was not overly impressed with the Hobbit films. Enjoyable enough to watch, but I think not the best that they could have been. I mean, I totally understand how that happened, because Peter Jackson got kind of lumped into it at the last minute, and then they were doing pre-production at the same time as they were doing production, and that's just a recipe for disaster.
It is. I will say I genuinely have a big soft spot in my heart for the first one, An Unexpected Journey. A very comfy movie. I think the cast of the movies are great.
Oh, the cast's brilliant, and they all do a really good job. It's just sort of the overarching structure and filming that's the problem, and the plot.
My place is here.
Make sure they are taken to Hellfire.
Everyone has supremely coiffed hair in this, to say it's like the Middle Ages.
Well, you see, they have to be perfectly coiffed, because otherwise, you know, we're sort of watching the type, like, we're watching a sort of movie-esque element, because they've obviously based this quite heavily on the Peter Jackson version of The Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
And so obviously it's got to look like we're sort of in a film, and so they've obviously all got to look good. Apart from the orcs, who have obviously got to look ugly as all hell.
Hey, there was that one really cute one who was like, hey, I'm enjoying war.
Ranger from the Black Gate.
You kind of look like Aragorn, but I'm not sure if he's born yet.
I think he would be at this point, because Aragorn is quite old.
He's 80 at the point the Two Towers takes place, at least in the Jackson version.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's very possible that he will be alive right now, because obviously there's 60 years between The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings.
Jesus.
It takes place at some point in that. So Aragorn will definitely be alive at some point around here.
It's about time they tasted fear.
Alright, we're going to be yellow lanterns and strike fear into the hearts of those who strike fear into others. That just went completely over your head, didn't it?
Tiny bits. It's only because I don't really know much about the lanterns. I know sort of very, very rudimentary level lantern stuff, but not much else.
Alright, let's see what I can spend my skill points on. I have 1. Let's see, can I put it into anything else? Elven agility. Okay. Oh, okay, you have to hold it down, just to make sure you don't accidentally spend your skill points willy-nilly.
I mean, it sounds good.
The city is weak, and it will not hold for much longer.
But we cannot leave the Gondorians to their fate. Castamir is right.
Castamir sounds familiar. Is he a character in Lord of the Rings?
I don't know, but I think the reason that... So Castamir is Castamir the Usurper, who usurped the throne of Gondor from Eldacar until he was violently deposed at the Battle of Erui.
Jeez.
So that sort of kind of historical stuff. I think the reason I'm just going to double check. The reason that you probably recognise the word Castamere more so is
The tide of war.
the Reigns of Castamere, which is basically it's a song from Game of Thrones.
Oh, okay. I don't watch Game of Thrones at all, to be honest.
The Reigns of Castamere has sort of been, I think, used quite a lot in recent years because of Game of Thrones, because Castamere is something related to, yes, House Reign of Castamere, which is castle in Game of Thrones. So, and I'm pretty sure that George R.R. Martin would have gotten that from Tolkien, because obviously so many people who have written fantasy post Tolkien have tried to kind of mimic Tolkien. Not necessarily succeeded, because half the reason that Tolkien achieved, well, did The Lord of the Rings so well is because his entire background was in medieval and early medieval literature and Old English literature. I mean, there are kind of stories of him teaching Beowulf, which is obviously like the sort of oldest, most famous English text that we have.
Right.
And there are kind of stories of him kind of going to do lectures, because he taught at Oxford, and he like would begin lectures by going, "What?" Because the first word of Beowulf is "what," with a at the beginning. And he'd kind of go and just read from Beowulf in Old English, as you do.
Ooh.
And so he very much knew the ins and outs of how medieval texts worked, and the linguistics of Old English and Middle English and all that jazz. And so he kind of used that knowledge to really heavily build the world of Middle-earth.
Can be grabbed or mounted without first being weakened. Clumsy, vulnerable to execution, vulnerable to stealth, beast fodder. I like all these individual captains with like their individual personalities and backstories, the strengths and weaknesses.
I know, I also like that he's called Skak Hot Tongs.
Oh, you know, because he carries a pair of hot tongs. Yeah, orcs aren't complicated people, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah, they're really not.
There you go. Da-da-da. This feels cruel. Whatever.
It is perhaps a little bit, but it's very satisfying.
Stabby, 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 stabby. Ah! Yeah, that's right.
I like how that guy's getting angry because we killed a treasure orc, but it's just like, hey, we're allowed to kill these things.
No, I want my treasure. I don't want it to fade away.
Part of me thinks you're going to end up having to murder all these orcs that are really quite surrounding you right now.
And they really are, yeah. Whoa! Didn't actually realise I could do that. Whoa.
Yes, get the murdering happening beautifully.
It's happening, man. Ah! Why am I always taken aback by that? It's like triangle appears, immediately counter. Should really get a heavy attack going, but I need some space first.
I mean, can you kind of tag them together?
There you go. Maybe one ranger shouldn't take on all these armed arcs at once. Arcs? Orcs. Orcs is what I meant.
I was wondering for a minute. I was thinking, well, I mean, they're a bit small to be arcs, because I mean, you know, those are kind of massive things that you build when you're expecting a 40-day flood.
Read a thing recently where I forget whether it was like a scale model of Noah's Ark or whatnot, but the entire area flooded and the Ark was destroyed. Oh, the sweet, cruel irony.
I know, that's quite hilarious. I mean, one of the things that's really hilarious is that, so in preparation for my degree, it was recommended that I try and read certain bits of the Bible because a lot of medieval and early medieval texts are very obviously heavily influenced by the Bible, because at that point in time Britain was a very, very Christian country, and so all the texts are sort of related to that, and the amount of detail that the Bible goes into about the you're dead.
Oh. Press when it was okay. I'm alive.
And thank God for that.
I just want my treasure, okay? There.
Oh, good. Just in time. Before you die again.
Why am I still fighting here?
I don't really know.
Just got accustomed to it, really.
Yeah. But yes, so... I've kind of forgotten what I was saying then. Oh yes, about the Bible. They go into very excessive detail about all of the materials and the size of the Ark. Like, it's ridiculously specific of everything that goes into it.
At least I'm getting a lot of EXP from this.
It's very true.
Oh, I'm bored of all the slaughter now, let's move on.
Yes, you need to go and find Skak Hot Tongs.
Oh, hello. Right, something about gems. I'm immediately paying attention. Press X to slot gem. What gems do I have?
Life gem.
Increase damage with this weapon. There you go. You unlocked a new skin for Talion.
Ooh.
Let's see. Press X to continue. That's not mine. That's not mine either. If you switch skins, you'll be transported to the nearest fast travel point. Not really entirely sure what I did there, but whatever.
I don't know, and I don't think you've really switched skins anyway, so I think you'd be fine.
I'll probably call it better this side, it's fine. I'm here now.
Oh, fuck. Wow. That's what fast travelling does to you.
I guess so. Yeah, oh my god, look how far away we are.
It's basically shoved us right back to the first area, hasn't it?
Yeah, can I fast travel, like, over there? This fast travel point has not been unlocked. No,
you're just gonna have to run.
Jesus!
They probably could have signposted that a little bit better, couldn't they?
Oh well.
I mean, I know it said it was going to send you back to the last fast travel point, but...
Why isn't there one in, like, safe crimes? That's what I'm wondering.
Yeah.
Oh well. At least I can cut out me flailing about, that's nice.
It's very true.
Yeah. Sorry, lads. Nash the Moaner. Terrified of executions!
Oh, that's brilliant.
Sure, mark target, why not? I think this guy was actually someone's prisoner. Yeah, yeah.
Well, at least Nash the Moaner is definitely closer.
He is. He is. Just in case you're wondering why we're back here, we got a skin, I changed into it, and it sent me back to the previous fast travel point. Unfortunately for me, I hadn't unlocked one in the city.
Yeah, the thing is that I don't think you actually ended up changing skins. I think it just sort of decided you had, because you got into the skins menu, and then it was just like, yeah, now I'm just gonna, send you back.
Violent. Too violent for my blood. Oh boy, here we go again with this.
Well, there doesn't need to be too many of them hounding you at present, so at least that's something.
It is. We should start, like, grabbing and stabbing and slashing and cutting throats. There you go. Good family-friendly fun.
I mean, it's perfectly in keeping with Lord of the Rings, so that's good.
Don't worry, I've got this. He was already dead. It's fine.
He was very much already dead.
Alright, Mona, where are you? I already have a task, but I want to take out the Mona. It's bad enough they come to rape and pillage, but I shouldn't have been awarded that. I feel bad for taking it.
Just take it. Ooh.
Mine. Free EXP? Why not? Mate, you're... It's a war. Stop letting your guard down.
Well, yeah, but clearly these orcs are idiots.
I guess so. Oh, you're awake now, are you? It's a bit too late. There you go. I'm gonna knock you over. Ah, nope.
Oh, look, you've got another life gem.
Yep, yes I do.
Let's hope that this time a whole bunch of orcs don't come and stop you from picking it up.
Stabby, stabby. This is a lot of fun, really, going about taking out orcs and whatnot. I don't even want to do my main objective. There you go. Mine. Life gem.
Yes. Do not go into the skins menu, for the love of God.
I won't. Not entirely sure what that did, but there he is. The Mona. He's mine.
Well, I mean, as soon as you find him.
He's over there. I can smell him. I can hear the moans.
Well, I mean, also, you know, there's the waypointer on your map, so that kind of helps.
Yeah, I guess so. Use detonate skill to explode campfires. Oh, hello.
See this orc?
Ooh! Surprise person you didn't know about.
Well, you know, there's got to be some people out there who hate me. Hate me, the great and wonderful Talion.
Now, fingers crossed, you can mind meld this guy.
Not yet. I'll have to take out his mates first.
Yeah, I think you will, because otherwise you're just going to keep getting attacked.
Come on, grab him. Grab him, grab him, grab him, stab him. Just keep moving and you won't be susceptible to being arched in the face.
It's very true.
Always when I'm going for the kill. Come on.
You're going for the ground execution and they won't let you do it.
Never. I don't get to have any fun. Ah! Always in the last second as well. Ah! I actually don't know what that was about.
Well, that, my friend, is what we call a quick time event in the business. And it's what they do when they're trying to make things look cool, but don't necessarily know fully how to do it.
Ah! An archer is attacking. Yes, I know, I'm beating him. In the face, cruelly. Only broken or dazed captains can be, Okay.
So I think you probably have to, let them live.
I guess. Well, bit too late for that, I guess.
You look angry, Tark.
Ooh.
But in a moment, you'll be even angrier. Goodbye.
Tricky escape. Motherfucker.
So he's gonna come back and fight you another day.
I'm okay with that. He seemed like a pretty good nemesis.
It would be Nemesis.
Whatever. I have a Mona to take down. I haven't got time for grammar. He's just around this corner. Yeah, I think he's dead.
Yeah, you think... I mean, you kind of shoved 2 arrows into his head. I'd be worried if he weren't after that.
There you go, just slit their throats, that's all you need to do. Okay, so he is just up there.
Ooh.
Why you gotta make this difficult? What is that? I don't think I was following him all this point. Oh, is it a mission?
Oh, yeah, it's a mission that starts somewhere around here.
I'm an idiot. Yes, just keep climbing. Keep climbing.
Just keep climbing. Just keep climbing.
There you go, checkpoint raid. Here he is. So you go to the point, you start the mission, and then I can take out the Mona and his moaning ways. Please tell me you're hearing this.
Unfortunately not.
He was like...
What happens? We are opening this road.
I think this is when we'll call it. I'll defeat the Mona, and that'll be enough, I think.
So try and get 3 headshot kills, and apparently you might get something.
I'm cool. I'm here. I'm Gondorian. Get used to it. I can't talk, but I can sure as hell grimace. Yeah, somehow I don't think this is going to be a good one to add to the collection.
Probably not, especially if he just goes... Still, it's worth trying.
I'm not entirely sure what Drain does, but there you go. Oh, he's dead.
Oh. You like murdering your orcs, don't you?
That wasn't me, that was one of the Gondorian sergeants.
Well, you're still getting the experience for it.
I guess so, yeah. No, I don't need a battle report, he's dead. We don't need an autopsy, not in Middle-earth. Mine. Rohirrim's sword. Aren't I already carrying that?
I believe so, yes.
Oh, but that one's level 3.
Ooh!
Nice. And, yeah, I think that'll about bring us to the end. What the hell? That'll about bring us to the end of the quick look on Middle-earth Shadow War. I will be here all day, killing instead of capturing, if I go any further. But seems like a very interesting game. Not sure if I want to LP it, but I feel it's very robust. Hang on. It's cool. I didn't want to be sniped while I was doing the sign-off. Okay. But, yeah, thanks, Richie, for joining me. Thank you very much, LokiVex, for, you know, campaigning to have this on the channel. And who knows, maybe it will return sometime, maybe not. Let us know in the comments. Tell me I'm a bad gamer. It enforces my bad gaming stereotype. We'll see you next time for another HellfireComms Patreon Quick Look. Goodbye.